Hi, everybody. Zoom has this new thing. Did you all hear that lovely lady's voice? The computerized Zoom lady. Um, I do record the Wednesday classes. I think most of you know that, and they're not made public. I have a couple students who can't make this time, who look at them other times, so I send these to them. If you do not want to be recorded, then you can keep your camera off. Okay, so that's up to you. Um, Good morning. What a day here in Minneapolis, sunny and cloudy and cool and warm. So, we're going to explore some movements that help us open in a certain way the pelvis. And yeah, some breathing that I think can be useful for summer months. So we'll look at some of this stuff. Why don't we start by a moment of checking in so you can feel your breath come in and go out and notice how is that a pleasant thing for you this morning? Is the mind jumping about? Just a curious attitude about the current state of affairs. And I thought we'd begin with some uh, simple sound where here's the pattern. We'll do the sound once, and after the sound finishes, you breathe in through your nose. So there's one breath of sounding and then one breath in between. And the sound we'll explore is SH. So you let the breath come in, I would say, easily through your nose. And as you breathe out, and then breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Breath in between. Okay? And then again, you let the breath come in through the nose, and when you're ready, this extended SH sound. Okay, and another set like that for yourself. Beautiful. And I'd like to have us begin our movement on our back today. So please lie on your back and bend your knees, soles of the feet on the floor. Or if you need to move around and stretch a little um, on your way towards that configuration, that's of course fine. So once you get on your back and your feet are planted, let's bring the arms alongside your torso with your palms facing the floor. And of course, anything and everything I suggest to you, you filter through the immediate feedback of your body and your breath and your own embodied intelligence, right? So if anything's uncomfortable or certainly painful, of course, then modify, or you can skip it or visualize it, or we'll do a variation. Okay, let's take care of ourselves. So as you breathe in now, let's let the arms reach through the air and overhead to a orientation on the floor where your elbows can rest on the floor. It's not about having your arms parallel or straight. It's about letting your arms rest on the floor. Exhale, come back down. So that's going to be a wider position for most people than parallel. And would you try that a couple more times? Arms overhead. Are your elbows really resting on the floor if you relax them? Yeah. And then extend the arms from the elbows, and that'll be more your zone. Exhale, come down. Okay. And then the next time, can we try the same thing we did with the sound? Sort of. So you're going to inhale, and arms will go overhead. Then you're going to stay there for a breath. So inhale, arms are carried overhead. Stay there for the exhale. And for an inhale. And then come down on the exhale. Right. And let's try that again. So the inhale will carry your arms overhead to a place where they can be supported. Nice. Stay there for an exhalation through the nose. Perhaps you're using Ujjayi technique. Stay for inhale, and when you exhale, come back down. Beautiful. So let's bring the left knee towards the chest, and would you cradle your knee towards your chest? And let's gently ask the body, the leg, to lengthen rather than demand or command. So when you inhale now, let your arms do the same thing and extend your left foot to the sky. You can relax or flex the foot, and exhale, come back, knee to chest, cradle your leg, your thigh in comfortably. Let's do that a couple more times, right? So the lengthening may be partially straightened. Again, if there's shaking or strain, then just back off a little bit until the body gets lubricated and nice. Good. And then when you come back in, you could stay a breath there with the knee towards the chest. And you can transition to the other side. Again, the breath carries the body. So about 3 repetitions here. And again, when your arms go overhead on the floor, go to a place where the elbows can be on the floor. So you, because often if we try to keep our arms straight when we reach them overhead, what happens is we compensate by overarching the back. So we're exploring the relationship of your arm carriage and the integrity of your spine, which affects your breathing. Beautiful. After about 3 times, when you come back in, knee to chest, enjoy an extra breath cycle with your knee towards your chest. And then you can set your foot down and pause a moment and feel the current of sensation in your body. I think some of us are more naturally inclined to notice our body sensations. There's some people it's very challenging for them to actually feel their body. If even some yoga students and teachers depending on our constitution and nature. So we can feel, what do you notice in your hamstring area, for example, into your pelvis. And let's do one more exploration here. So would you, again, bring your left knee towards your chest, cradle your leg with your hands. Fingers can be either interlaced or overlapped. And now the right foot can slide down, so you elongate the right leg on the floor. Okay? And simple breathing here, long, smooth, cello-like strokes of the breath in and out. Letting just feeling the front of the hip and the groins, whatever this posture is offering you. 2 or 3 breaths here. Okay. How about on an exhale, if you bring both feet to standing? So you put one foot, stay for inhale, and then you can cradle your other knee towards your chest when you're ready and elongate the other leg. So it's Ekapada Apanasana, one-footed Apanasana posture from a whole series of related postures, which are really excellent for digestion, elimination functions. So again, letting the mind settle into the current of breathing. You can use the technique of Ujjayi to begin to expand your breath, which supports us from the inside out. Okay. And then on an exhale, when it comes for you, bring both feet to stand. Settle a moment. Feel the back of your head on the floor and some sense of the length of your spine as it undulates down from your skull. Okay, with an awareness of this axis of the spine, let's do one more thing here. We'll bring the knees towards the chest, okay? Place your hands over your knees, right to right, left to left. And we do this special hand placement. It's not right or wrong, just slightly different, where you rotate your hands so your fingers are pointing down towards your toes rather than pointing towards each other. Yeah. So let's exhale, bring your knees towards your chest. And now when you inhale, the arms go overhead and both feet gradually reach towards the sky, happily so. And then exhale back to where you were, knees to chest, thighs towards the front of the body. And you alternate like this. Let the extension of your limbs increase a sense of ease or pleasure in you, not increase a sense of effort or strain. So don't go as far if you're feeling some degree of strain. That's it. And depending with feet can be relaxed, you might want to try 2 more where when you extend your legs now you flex your feet so that the stretch goes into the calves. And it doesn't have to be 100 or 1,000%. It could be 70%, as the Taoists say. The 70% principle can be helpful. Beautiful, everybody. So let's say when you finish the one you're on, you can let that be. Okay, no, one more thing here. So bring your knees to your chest. You have your knees and your ankles close. Keep your hands on your knees now. Could you inhale and open your knees and your feet away from each other? So just a gentle groin opening. Nice. And exhale, close. We're going to do dynamic. So try that a couple more times. Inhaling, opening an amount that feels happy in your hips, keeping the knees bent actually at this point. Exhale, close. We'll get to that later. CS. Once more like that. Beautiful. Okay. And then pause for a moment again. Just plant your feet on the floor. Your palms can be on your body or the floor. And just take a moment to feel this. What we just did could be a beautiful little short chamber practice for refreshing yourself if you've been sitting or doing chores or something. Resting in the dappled sunlight, some of you, yes? Exactly. Hello, St. Cloud. Roll to your side and let's sit for one more moment, and then we'll take this ease and we'll bring it into a little more challenging postures, challenging in a different way. Let's just sit for a moment. And could we do with the sound of Om what we did with the SH sound? Here's what I'm interested in, especially to offer to you. We breathe out Om to the end, and then you're really aware of the breath coming in through your nose. See what the exhalation when you chant does to the next inhalation through your nose, okay? So let the breath come in easily through your nose, and we chant comes in through the nose, and just breathe out through the nose, no sound in between. So do that again, one time sounding and then a resting breath. Beautiful. When you complete your resting breath, you could open your eyes and we'll transition to all fours. And we'll start right away with classical Chakravakasana. So this is where if you start on hands and knees, and when you inhale and lift your sternum, you're going to lengthen one leg behind you and lift the leg. So inhale, lift the sternum and the leg. And exhale, bring the knee back down and come back into child's posture. You can go partially back or all the way back. Nice. And then inhale, come forward and reach the other leg back. Lengthen the leg first and then lift. Nice. Exhale, the knee comes back down and you bow, belly flowing in as you bow the head in and hips into child's posture. And would you go like this a couple more times? Now the back of our legs, whereas before they were mainly lengthening, now there's this contraction. Feel the qualitative difference in the back of your leg, in your buttocks, in your back. Yeah. And then could we do two more where you stay a breath? So you'll inhale into the extension, then you stay. For the exhale, practice drawing in the belly gradually towards the spine. Stay and inhale, lift the chest and the leg equally. Yeah, exhale, child's posture. If you need an interim breath before you go to the other side, try that. So again, you'll go in, stay a breath, and come out as you're ready. Good. When you finish that and you've rested at least one breath in the child's posture, slide your hand a little bit towards the front end of your mat. Arms don't have to be stick straight, but just a little bit farther away from you. Hands towards the front end of your mat. And as you inhale now, come up to all fours, the sternum lifts. So this is a little back bend, right? The toes tuck under. Exhale, you push, draw in the belly, pelvis lifts, all those at the same time. And then reverse. Inhale, lower the knees. The sternum begins to lift as you come down. Nice. Exhale back to child's posture. At the end, relax the elbows for a moment. So the shoulders have a moment of repose. And then we continue again. Inhaling draws you up to all fours. Feel the chest. Exhale, initiate low belly flowing in. Downward dog. Now stay a breath here if you're ready for it. Long ujjayi breath in. Long breath out, the hollowing of the belly in and the doming of the diaphragm up towards your crown. And then when you inhale, lower your knees again. Lift the chest. Exhale back. Yeah, so when you come down from downward dog, that's not a nothing movement. That's a something. So when you lower your knees, you lift the sternum. It's a back bend again. So let's try that again. Inhaling, coming up to all fours, back bend, little arch in the back. Nice. Exhale, push. Low belly flows in. Good. Chin a little bit in towards the base of the throat as you inhale. Gradual expansion of the body from within, lengthening of the spine. Stay. Exhale. Belly flowing in and up. Now, when you inhale, lower your knees and lift the sternum. Yeah. There you go. Right. Exhale, child's posture. Perfect. Good. And rest a moment. Teachers will know this. Sometimes you're giving instruction for one person in a class, but you're not saying their name, and often they're the last person to get. That was probably like all of us. It takes a while for us to learn our lessons. Let's go through that again, and from downward dog, we'll come to standing. Okay, or if you want to just come to standing without that, that's fine. So go through that sequence again. Spend a breath in downward dog. Wonderful. And you can walk your hands to your feet or your feet to your hands and into standing forward bend. And rise on the inhale when you're ready. Take your time. Excellent. Okay, if you're using a mat, you could wander to the front end of your mat. We're going to do some forward bending to begin with in standing. Would you amplify your awareness of your feet in contact with the floor? And let's join the palms together. So come towards the front end of your mat if you're using a mat, St. Cloud, yeah. Feel your palms together, yeah. Feel, are your hands warm or cool? Are they moist? Are they dry? So bringing ourselves into this vivid moment through our senses. Now stay for a breath or two, long ujjayi breath in and out. Okay, and now when you inhale, you're going to expand your arms into that supported upward reach. Keep your spine long as you exhale, bend forward into Uttanasana. Good. And then reverse that. Inhale, first lift and lengthen your arms. Your spine lengthens, come to standing. And exhale, hands back to Namaste gesture. And again, like that, inhaling, the body expresses the expansive nature of inhale. Exhale, bend forward. Low belly coming in supports your low back. There's a moment of rest at the bottom, systemic rest. And then inhale, extend supple fingers, flowing arms, long spine, rise. And exhale back to Namaste. Pause for a moment, please. So I'm seeing a little bit of lifting of the chin on the way up. I would really encourage you not to lift your chin when you come up from forward bend. This is weakening your back. When you come up, lift your chest, but keep your back of your neck long. Okay, so study that, please. Inhaling, expand out into space. Exhale, please bend forward. Good. When you come up now, lift your sternum, but not your chin. Excellent. And coming up. So it's a flowing movement, all in one movement as you come up and exhale. Namaste. Okay, friends, so let's add some lunging here if appropriate, okay? So again, inhaling, expanding. Exhale, bending forward. And we'll add a breath here so we don't feel rushed. Stay for the inhalation. And as you exhale, place your hands in line with your feet to the outside little toe side of your feet. And inhale, step your right foot back into lunging. Let's put the knee on the floor. Lower your knee. Good. Now stay here for a breath. Cycle or so, depending how your body's responding. On your next exhale, push off and step back into the forward bend. And again, we'll stay a breath here. Can you stay with Ujjayi? When you exhale, relax the head if you've accumulated tension in the back of your neck. And then inhale, extend the arms and the spine and rise to standing. Beautiful. When exhale comes back to Namaste. So I'm being very particular, right? So these details are meant to support you, not to criticize you. So if some of us tend towards self-criticism, we can let go of that and just use the details to explore and support. One more time now, inhaling, arms extend, heels into the earth. Exhale, you bend forward. At the end, release the weight of the arms. And again, a breath here. Place your hands next to your feet on the outside. Inhale, left leg goes back. Knee down. Sternum lifts. Breath continues. Yeah. Yeah. And when you exhale next, push off, step forward. Stay, enjoy a breath here. And then when inhale comes, extend, lift arms, spine extends, rise to standing. Exhale, namaste. Good, good, good. Okay, friends, so now would you face the wide side of your mat? I'd like us to explore Parshvakonasana, side angle posture. Okay, so you start with your feet wide, parallel. You know, as wide as you can spread your legs comfortably. So dynamic comfort. Yeah. So now we're going to pick up the ball, the right foot, and turn in like 15 degrees. Pick up the ball, the left foot, turn out up to 90. We're going to the left first, not to the right. That's it. Okay, so now we're going to inhale and come into warrior two, if we must call it that. Bend the knee, the left knee, and extend the right. Now keep your knee bent. Exhale, side bend. Bend your left elbow and place your forearm on your thigh and reach the arm up. Good. Inhale, please come back into warrior. You can look out in the direction of your navel or out over your knee, and then exhale, lower your arms and lengthen the left leg. There we go. And again, inhaling, bending the left knee and the arms come to the horizon. You take 4 to 6 seconds to do that. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come out, inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhaling, the arms down in that direction, right? So we're not rushing into the inhale movements. Let's go again, stay 2 breaths. Inhaling, bending the knee, arms finding the horizon. Ujjayi, exhale, Parja Konasana. Good. Now, as you inhale, raise your arm a little higher towards your head. Turn your chest to the sky. Stay for exhale, drawing in the belly. Stay for another breath if you can. Stay inhale. Stay exhale. If you need to, look down. When you inhale, coming back into warrior two, eyes open. Exhale, release the arms, straighten the leg back to a wide parallel. Wonderful. Okay, so let's try that on the other side. Turning your left leg about 15 degrees. Pick up the ball, the right foot, turn out 75 to 90. And we'll go in and out twice, preparing. So inhaling, arms expand, collarbones wide into your index fingers. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, returning to warrior two. Exhale, arms come down, the leg lengthens. You've got the idea. Go like that through again. We're not staying yet. We're going in and out. Yeah? Inhaling, bending the knee, arms wide. Exhaling, side bending. Inhaling, warrior two again. Exhale, lower the arms, lengthen the leg. Beautiful. Now we'll go in and stay up to 2 breaths per your stability. Inhaling again, warrior two. That's it. Exhale, side bend. Super. Now, inhale, raise the arm and turn your chest towards the sky without distorting the alignment of your bent knee. Stay there. Exhale, draw your belly in and a bit up towards your head. Stay for inhale again. Chest expands first. Stay, exhale, belly drawing in, back is long, tail lengthens towards the heel, and when you inhale, come back into warrior two. Nice, exhale, come out, come parallel, and then could you safely bring your feet underneath you? You could bring your balls of your feet and your heels, kind of Charlie Chaplin or whatever's safe for the knees. Come back to Samastiti. Let's bring the palms together again for a breath or two. No, like 10 or 15%, just slightly press your hands and heels of your hands into each other. Just so you feel your pectoral muscles begin to engage a bit. The chin is slightly down, so you see your fingers in your peripheral vision, your lower peripheral vision. And now, on an exhale, we'll let go of namaste gesture and let your arms just be like rain into the ground and feel the flowing sensations in and through your body for a couple moments. Okay, counter pose. I'd like to propose this. We're going to do forward bending. Actually, let's do this first. This is sort of advanced, but I know you can explore this. So let's just try this. We're going to breathe in through the nose, and then we're going to exhale. And during the exhale, we'll chant Om 3 times in a row, something like this. So we inhale, and Om, Om, Om. So try it with the arms. Inhale, raise your arms. And as you lower just the arms, chant 3 times. Om, Om, Om. Try that again. Inhale, gradually breathe in through the nose, raise the arms, lower just the arms, chant Om, Om, Om. Do that again, and we'll bend forward as we chant. Inhale, raising the arms. Chant and bend forward gradually. Om, Om, Om. Inhale, raise your arms, come back to standing. And now when you lower just the arms, chant silently. And we'll do that again. Inhaling, please raise your arms overhead and chant 3 times Om as you bend forward. Om, Om, Om. Inhale, rise to standing. When you lower your arms, chant silently in your mind. Would you go through that again on your own timing? One time chanting out loud and then silently when you come back up. Go ahead when you're ready, please. And then just take a moment resting and standing to savor the rasa, literally the flavor, the taste left behind after you do that. Beautiful, friends. Be interested to hear later how that was for you. Please make a transition now for yourself to lie on your back. So we take a couple moments. This is a little longer standing sections. So let's take a moment, let your beautiful system knows how to integrate and to absorb. So just take a couple moments resting in Shavasana. Legs can be bent or straight as you wish. It's not uncommon. I heard this the other day in a private session. For some people, maybe more than others, but I think we've all experienced this where sometimes when we lie down and there's really nothing to do, other stuff can arise. And for sometimes it's uncomfortable sensations or memories or thoughts or feelings, like anxiety. The other day, someone said, so there are a couple strategies. One is to give yourself something to do, like to simply follow your breath or even count the breaths. Or you could simply just let whatever is arising be there and greet it in a friendly way. So just take a couple moments. It'll be no more than a minute to just lie on your back, rest on the ground. Your mind could rest in your breath easily, and just let the body speak. Let whatever wants to bubble up out of the depths of your being come up and through. Just letting things be for a couple moments. As one of my teachers said, just for a couple moments, nowhere to go, nothing to do. Mm-hmm. Would you now, when ready, it's almost like in some ways you can stay in that still resting even as you move. You don't have to um, move quickly. Just keep that quality of ease as you bring the soles of the feet to stand on the floor. If your legs are long, bend your knees. Feet can stand about hip width apart. Let's bring the arms to like a 45-degree angle away from the body or so. We'll try it once with the palms rotated skyward and then once with the palms down. So feel your feet on the ground. Focus on the inhale in your chest. As you inhale, push the ground away and lift your pelvis away from the ground, a happy distance for you. Exhale, as the belly flows in towards your spine, lower your pelvis. Okay, and then the next one, you could rotate your palms to face down. There's just slightly different effects. And try it this same thing like that again. Inhale, lifts. Sacrum and tail are holding the pelvis. Exhale, lower down. And then you can stay with one or the other rotation of the palms and repeat this 2 more times. Asking the hips to open rather than commanding or demanding a particular range that we think we should accomplish. Nice. When you come down this next time, we'll let that be, and you'll bring your knees towards your chest like we did towards the beginning of class, and please place your hands on your knees with the fingers pointing the same direction as your toes. As you inhale, raise your feet to the sky and your arms overhead. Legs are parallel or maybe even touching. Exhale, come back to Apanasana. Bend your knees, hands land on the knees, bring the knees in. Repeat that, please. Long, comfortable inhale. Maybe pause, linger a little bit after the inhale. Exhale, come down. Now the next time, open your legs about halfway or so, not your full range, but into a small V shape, arms overhead, legs open, away from each other. Exhale, they can close and bend back to Apanasana. Nice. And explore that range again, not parallel, but not your full opening. So we have to control the legs a bit here, a little strength and length at the same time. Awesome, good. Now move towards your maximum without pushing or straining. Okay, so inhale, let the legs open. Don't base it on how it looks, but how you feel. Okay, happy opening, so there's a stretch but not a strain. Exhale, close, and we're deliberately not staying yet. We're asking the body to open. Nice. Okay. And then the next time you open, you can lightly rest you can open, extend your arms, and then stay there and bring your hands to the inside of your legs, your inner thighs, or if you can easily touch your lower legs or ankles or feet. Don't strain, no bouncing, no bouncing. Just breathing. Stay and breathe. Don't push, don't push. Yeah. And after a breath or two, let that be a good thing and come back, knees to chest. Cradle your legs. Beautiful. Okay, so would you roll to your side and you're going to sit, and we're going to explore a similar configuration and sitting. It's really like a different world, but has some of the same qualities. So I would suggest have most people, unless you are hyper flexible, and then there are ways to balance that. But most people should sit on something, a blanket or two, or some people a higher cushion, so that when you're sitting, your spine can be vertical. We're going to sit in konasana. So the V shape that you're exploring on your back, could you sit in something like that? And I would say, again, not pushing to your maximum. Yeah, how is that? Some of us will like this, right? Some people are like, yay, other people are like, well, okay. So if your legs, notice, without doing anything, do your feet point kind of towards the ceiling, or do they rotate towards the little toe side? So if they roll out, roll them so your feet go a little bit towards the sky. Try that anyway. So we're going to inhale here. Put your hands towards the floor in front of you. And exhale, just bend forward just a few inches. Keep the spine long, so it's mostly in your hips. And inhale, come back to vertical. Okay. So let's try that again. Exhale, bend forward a small amount. Your spine stays pretty long. Belly flows in towards the spine. Inhale, chest, come back to vertical. Okay, now some of us will find that if we bend our knees up towards the ceiling with like 3 or 4 inches behind the knees, that'll really help the back release. So now just explore this again. Exhale, bend forward, maybe 2/3 or 3/4, and stay a breath. Stay a breath or two. Think of it as an exploration rather than having to prove anything to yourself or someone else. So that we create sukha, a good space, rather than dukkha, a bad space or constricted. Let the inhale bring you back to vertical. Perhaps you savor a breath here. And then let's go one more time and bend forward. Sometimes, I'm not teaching use of props, but if you visit this later, sometimes we can have a block or a bolster, etc. But don't let all that draw you away from your breath. So Krishnamacharya actually taught Iyengar props, right? But he moved away from using them excessively. So we can use them if they're helping us. Where do you notice? What does this posture bring out in you? What areas of your body are challenged or nourished? What stories about ourself might arise? And then when you inhale, come back up. Good. Now, next, in just a moment, now exhale and just lay your navel on the ground. No, I'm just kidding. So let's fold our legs in. Can you cross your legs comfortably, like basic sukhasana or whatever's comfortable. You don't have to even know what the name is. You notice I don't use the names of the postures a lot. Just cross your legs so you're comfortable. Now, without that inner groin stretch in the hamstrings, let's just bend forward. Yeah, and you may notice that the spine goes forward more, and you bring your hands in front. And depending if this is easy for you, if your head can rest on the floor comfortably, let it. Or what I do sometimes is I make a fist or two, and I might stack the fists and rest my forehead, so I use my body as a kind of prop. It can, nice, or a blanket. That was exploring, staying here or coming out when you get that signal, and maybe re-entering just for maybe up to a minute more. Again, you don't have to stay. Adjust as needed. Settle into the breath. Yeah, beautiful. This is your time. And if you'd like to stay a moment longer as you breathe, now be exquisitely aware of the back of your skull, bowing, and the flow along your spine to your sacrum and the tail. Be aware of the two ends of your spine, the weighted by the head and the pelvis, the opening of your back, the widening of your back. Okay, and you can take a journey, uh, usually letting an inhale kind of cue the coming out, and you can just breathe in and out gradually as you slowly unwind. The longer you've been there, the slower you want to come out, likely. Pause in sitting for a moment. You could close your eyes and meditate on the effect in your system for a couple moments. Savor the flavor unfolding, the aftertaste. And now let's take a moment to further integrate by lying on our backs in Shavasana, a version of Shavasana that's nourishing for you. Legs can be bent or extended. Let's do a few finger contact nyasa. So if you rest with your palms open as opposed to the facing the floor, and join the ends of your thumbs and index fingers lightly. So you stay for the inhale and the exhale. After exhale finishes, you move the thumbs to the ends of the middle fingers. If you know this, just do the practice. Stay for inhaling and for exhaling. And then you move to the ring fingers, one breath cycle. And then the little fingers, one breath cycle. And after you finish the little finger, move back to the index fingers, and please do 4 more breaths like that, thumb at each finger for one breath cycle. And then as you rest in stillness, let your awareness spread through your body like a stone being dropped into water, and the way it ripples through the body of water. Let your attention ripple or spread through your whole body and rest for a couple more moments. Rest with an attitude like a parent gazing at a sleeping infant, quietly smiling into yourself, towards yourself. At the end of the exhalation, let there be a moment where everything is still for a moment, the body, the breath, the mind. And then gently stirring. You may want to move your tongue or swallow, move your toes or fingers, ankles and wrists. Yeah, your journey to eventually bend your legs and stand the soles of your feet. And let's bend the elbows when you're ready and palm the eyes for a breath or two. Supple skin on the hands and face supporting each other. When ready, you could release that, roll to one side, and we'll finish with a very brief revisit our breathing that we did in the beginning. Beautiful, everybody. So take your time in transitioning. We'll sit. We'll revisit that soft lunar sound, the beginning of the Sanskrit word for peace, shanti. Yeah, so we're exploring that first sound. So this same idea, one time sound, making the sound, and then after it finishes, letting the breath come in gradually through your nose. One time sounding, resting breath in between. Okay. Shanti, peace to you. Shanti, thank you. That last one I was doing a little bit with you, and when the breath came in after the sound, my spine adjusted in a couple places. I just saved $70 on chiropractic. Okay, friends, beautiful practice. I hope you feel supported and nourished, cleansed, or if any difficulties arose, um, let me know. We can work together to support you. All the best. Yeah. Take care. Say, be on your way or say hi or bye, and I will linger here for a few minutes. Take care.
Thanks, Kevin.
You're welcome, Marjorie.